Hey everybody, it's Kyle. Hey, today I want to tell you a little story about a buddy of mine who didn't want to do something and ended up doing it anyway and was able to really enjoy it and really serve at a really high level as he did what he didn't want to do to begin with. And then I'll tell you how it kind of works in and ties in with what we do as parents of kids on the autism spectrum. So my buddy John a couple years ago came into my office and said, hey Kyle, I need to, or my wife has a doctor's appointment, she's pregnant, and she wants me to go, but I already have a babysitter set up and I really don't have to. I know it's late notice, so if I can't go, it's okay. And I said, it sounds like you really don't want to go. And he says, well, I don't, but I told my wife I would check with you, so I'm checking with you. And you know, at that moment, we had been talking about for the past few weeks and days about leverage and how we can, when we have to do things, we can get everything we can out of them and give as much as we can. So get for ourselves and give massive amounts to other people. And so I said, hey, John, we've been talking about this leverage. What can you do to really serve her on a higher level and really get a whole lot in return for it, right? Because that's what we all want. We want to feel good about ourselves. We want there to be some kind of reward for us. And so as we talked about it, John decided on a plan that went like this. He was going to call his wife and tell her he probably wouldn't be able to make it, but since they had a babysitter, that's okay. And then he was going to wait till she was at the office, and he was going to leave and stop and get some flowers and meet her at the office. And then after the appointment, he was going to take her out to lunch since he already had a babysitter for his other kids, and spend some good quality time with her at lunch. Well, as you can probably imagine, he came back to work later that day towards the end of the day, and he said, wow, that was pretty powerful, Kyle. And so he described to me how when his wife saw him, she was waiting on to go into her appointment, and her eyes lit up, and when she saw the flowers, it almost made her tear up. She was so happy. And then afterwards, he told her, let's go grab some lunch. We have a few minutes. You know, I've got a lunch hour I can take right now, and I want to buy you lunch, and let's just chat and just enjoy each other's company without all the kids. And how she almost melted and just felt so loved and so taken care of by him. And he said it was pretty powerful, Kyle. And as weeks went by, he came back to me and reported that not only had she been touched by that, but she had gone out and told a lot of her friends how thoughtful and kind John was and what he had done for her, and really reinforced in her own mind how much John loved his wife. And he said, Kyle, I got to tell you, I've gone from, you know, going home to watch the kids so she can go to an appointment and getting 10 brownie points to doing what I did and getting 10,000 brownie points and really making her feel loved and special. And, you know, it got me to thinking about how we have to do things we don't want to do sometimes. You know, we've got to get up 2 hours early to make sure our kids are ready for school. At least I did. And we've got to get our kids in the shower the night before, because we know it's going to be a 2-hour discussion to get them to go to church in the morning. And, you know, we've got all these things. Some of our kids don't like to go to school. Some of our kids won't put on their shoes. Some of our kids will bite, scratch, and try to hit us. There's a lot of stuff that we have to do. And, you know, I started asking myself this question: how can I leverage it? How can I serve on a high level and make them feel loved on a higher level, and get my own personal reward in how I feel? And it takes thought, and it takes strategy. And just want to let you know, those are the kind of things that we cover in our Insiders group. If you're interested in that, just let me know. I'd be happy to send you some information. But, you know, I want you to start thinking about how can you leverage. You're going to have to do it anyway. You're going to have to serve your kids. You're going to have to serve your spouse. You're going to have to do things for other people that are hard, that sometimes make you feel like you don't want to do them. We all go through that. But instead of that, how can we take those moments and leverage them to a point where we serve selflessly and make sure other people know, as we're doing it, how much we love them, how much we care, and in return we can feel better and happier about our service. So I want you to do that. Also want you to have a great day. Hopefully these videos are helpful. If they are, share them with your friends. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear your feedback. Have a great day. Bye-bye.